And then you only pour in enough to, well, you shouldn't put more than a 1-inch layer at a time into it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can keep building up on top of it, but again, they recommend 1/2-inch layers. Now, again, I'm just going to put enough in here to fill that little area because I'm not sure if we have a completely secure base. You know, there may be a pinhole, and that's all it would take to literally, I pour it in there, it'll just drain right out.
Right.
So that's why that's there.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, and that is bigger than what we're pouring in, so we won't have any spills on your floor or that kind of thing. But when it hardens, and like I said, it takes about 24 hours, it really looks like water. Well, you know that from the down on the other end there.
To get the blue, you have to put a blue.
Yeah, you would have to tint it, or right.
Okay. So this will just be a clear creek.
Right. And that's a nice thing too about the fact that you can keep layering it up because you can change the color as you lay different layers in there. Like you just use a regular organic type tints, so a little blue vegetable dye, you know, that type of thing. You could just drop in there, and it doesn't take much. Very little will give you a lot of color. So, I mean, in this, I wouldn't even use a drop. I would just use tip it into the dye and stir it in, and I'm done because it'd be overpoweringly blue.
So what are you doing now?
So right now, I have 2 parts of resin, and I have 1 part resin and 2 parts resin and 1 part hardener. And when you pour them in initially, you'll see like it gets real cloudy, and you have to stir it until it becomes clear.
Oh, so it's going. Yeah,
so
clear.
it's already beginning its chemical process with this activation, and it takes about 5 minutes to stir. And I'm just about there. It is. It's really getting clear, so that's a good thing.
Backseat dryer.
Okay. So, and now what I'm doing is I'm going to put my stir in there and pinch this a little. And this is where I'm going to create the little pond effect, little stream effect. It's getting right to the brink of the rocks on this edge here. If I add a little more, it will probably drip over. It's okay because we've got the pan down there. So let's go and add just a little bit more. You can see how it's a nice wet effect. Now the resin is going to be drawn into that natural material, so you're going to see it'll rise up on the sides a little bit higher than the water level. And you can come back later with a little dull coat and use a brush on it, which will give you can take the gloss away, right? Or you can add waves with a little gel medium.
I think that looks great.
But yeah, that's a nice effect.
Push the button, finish. Signing off. Audio.